Yes, please, sit down, sit down. We don't have much time, please, just sit. I'll explain everything in just a moment. We are in a bit of a rush here. Hi, I'm Pippi, the elf, and I'm here to help you with any questions that you may have about starting this new position. I do understand what happened at your home. I do. Yes. Believe me, it is not the first time that it has happened. No, we've had many Santa Clauses fall off roofs. It's very normal. Now, I want to explain a little bit about where you are. Yes. You're at the North Pole. Yes. Well, to put it lightly, you killed Santa Claus. Which is perfectly normal. Well, not normal. In some cases, you'd be considered a homicidal psycho, but that's besides the point. You are now Santa Claus. Yes, the Santa Claus, Kris Kringle. All that. You are him. Now, we have a few things to go over before the run because, as you can see, we only have 20 days until you have to deliver everything. Yes. I do understand, sir, and I'm going to go over everything. So, the North Pole, if you do not know, is where we live, is where you will live. Yes. You have a family? Okay, we will get to that in just a second, I do promise. But first of all, would you like anything to drink? I do like to show hospitality to our Santa Claus. Okay. Well then, let me explain. Your job now as Santa Claus is to deliver the presents on Christmas Eve. That's pretty much it. Well, besides reading on the list, checking them twice, looking over the elves to make sure we make all the toys correctly, helping Mrs. Claus, tending to the reindeer when they're sick, all those different things that come with the job, of course. Yes. Well, you were magically transported here when you donned the Santa suit. Yes. Well, we have a magic. We have a Santa suit, well, we have magic on the Santa suit that does help in tracking Santa, so that if we know if something goes wrong with Santa, then the next person in line takes over. And as you were the first person to put on the suit after Santa died, you are now Santa. I do understand this is quite confusing for you, but everyone gets used to it eventually. Well, in the 150,000 years I've worked here, I'd say I've seen 80 Santas. Yeah. Well, they come and go, you know? Not every Santa can stay forever. Now, old Santa, you obviously met him before his demise. Well, old Santa left specific instructions on how he wanted things to be ran. Now, obviously, we've had so many Santas that those notes get lost. So what we're going to do instead is go by the books. Yes, now, there is a large guide. Yes, and we're not going to go by the complete guide. Obviously, we're going to give you the most important things. So, I'm going to explain everything. Now, okay. Now, there are a few things that you'll need to know about being Santa Claus. The first thing being that you are first and foremost, to deliver presents. Well, delivering presents comes with a number of duties. First of all, you would deliver to millions of houses in one night. It's not as hard as it seems. The first time's a little tricky, but you get it after that. I've been on a few runs of Santa myself, so it's really no trouble. Yeah. Well then, now that that's out of the way, I think we should go on to the second thing you do. You'll be reading the lists and checking them twice. What's that? I'm keeping a record of our conversation just so it can go in your file. Yeah. Where was I? Did I already tell you about checking the lists? Right. There we are. Now, checking the lists consists of a magical list that is infinite. Anyone is on it, adults or children. Now, there are a couple things to note between naughty and nice. Nice people are put on the nice list when they believe. So there are 3 criteria. Let me break them down for you. They believe in us. They believe wholeheartedly. They are good throughout the year. A couple slip-ups. We all slip up, but we don't need to be rotten, obviously. And number 3, we need to love. You know, hatred is not something that we here at the North Pole approve of. You know, we as elves and you as Santa and Mrs. Claus and the reindeer all love. So I feel that that's a good rule we have. Yeah. So you'll need to follow those 3 criteria when putting people in the naughty and nice list. Now, not naughty, I didn't explain the criteria. I'm sorry, sir. The naughty criteria, there are 2 criteria for this. People who are rude and rotten and just mean overall. And people who go out of their way to not have Christmas spirit. So those are on the naughty list. I know it's not very complicated. You'll get used to it eventually. And if you zoom through the lists like that, it's pretty simple. Now, you have more tasks. You need to also supervise elves in what they do. Now, I am, of course, the head elf here at the North Pole. I take care of all the paperwork that comes with it. I get the lists to you. I take the lists and take them to the elves to see who gets gifts and who doesn't. All that jazz. I do when new Santas arrive. I do intake, so, you know, it's all fun. And so I don't really get that much of a chance to go down on the floor and actually supervise. We do have supervisors that the last Santa has appointed, and we meant to ask you, do you want to appoint new supervisors? So the last ones will be fine. That's perfectly fine. I go ahead and keep a note of that too on paper. Oh, well, that's Dasher. He's not feeling too well, so I've kept him in the office so he could be in near someone. He when he gets sick, he doesn't like to be around the other reindeer. No. Okay, now you want to keep the supervisor, so your job will be to also supervise with them. I mean, you're the big guy. You're the head. You're the boss. It all comes down to you. So, you'll have a schedule. Obviously, it's up to you to create the schedule. If you need me to help you, I can. But you'll need to create a schedule. I understand that it is a lot to take in, but you're Santa Claus. No, it is not a dream. I do promise you. I can pinch you. That's okay. Okay. Well, I can promise you it is not a dream. Now, there is one more task that you will be taking care of. Well, 2 two technically. You will be loving your family. So obviously that includes elves, Mrs. Claus, your children, your reindeer. Yeah. So now obviously you are a good person. The magic with this suit does not acquire you as Santa if you are not a good person and if you're not on the nice list. So yes. Well, that's really all the tasks that you need to do. So I need to get a little bit of information from you, and then if you need to ask any questions, I'll be happy to answer them. Yes. Well, let's go ahead and get in with your information. So I will need your full name. Well, Santa isn't really supposed to be seen other than Christmas time. So, if you are to be out or you need to go down into the cities, then you know, you'll need to use your old alias, of course. So, what was your full name? Okay. Okay. And when is your birthday? Just for the sake of celebrating. As of now. Okay. Oh, so you're younger than the last Santa. He was 67 when he started, yeah. I believe he was about 2,000 from his last birthday, I believe it was. Look at me on the head off, and I couldn't even remember. I have so many things to do nowadays, it's ridiculous. So, I have your age now. I'll need to know, do you have a special diet you follow? Obviously, come Christmas, that's out the door. But is there anything that you would like to follow while you're off season? I've never heard of this. Jenny Craig. Is she on the nice list? She is. Well then, you follow the Jenny Craig diet. What's that? You would think I would know everyone on the list. However, I am just an elf, and I don't have full access to every single name. That's mostly your job. Yeah. Now, if there are days that you're sick or something, we do help to step in and check with you. Yeah, just to assist. Yeah. Okay, and so do you have any allergies? Well, we only say that because if you do have any allergies to certain cookies, we do send out a notice to all parents. Yes. Well, we always have little tricks up our sleeve, you know, so no allergies. Perfect. And what is your suit size if you wear a suit? Obviously this one has the jacket fit you, but pants and stuff we'll need to have. Okay, well. So, okay. Perfect. You look like someone who wore a suit every day. And so last question, do you have a family? Okay, so you have a wife. And do you have any children? Okay, 3, that's fine. Well, they are going to be happy to know that their daddy is Santa Claus. Yes. Now, there are just 2 things that I must explain. First of all, your family must be told immediately of the circumstances that have just arose. Your wife, Mrs. Claus, your kids, obviously just kids. I mean, what else are they are? They can go to school here. We have a wonderful school. And they'll be attending with our fellow elves. So it's perfectly fine. And your wife will need to be prepared because she will have some tasks as well. And of course I will explain those to her when she arrives. Only one more thing to ask you. Is there a name you prefer to go by? Well, we can call you Santa, but if you'd rather go by an old name, like your old name or a nickname that you already had, or Kris Kringle, anything like that, we can call you. It's just to make you feel more comfortable. I mean, our teachers don't want to be called by their last names all day, right? So, okay, well then we'll just call you by your old name. Well then, that is all I need from you. Yes. Now, you will be going straight to your office where you will be getting your new suit, and you will be receiving the naughty and nice list. And I almost forgot. Letters to Santa. Now, they're nothing to be alarmed about. You get around 1 million a day. They should be easy to read through if you're a fast reader. So, no, you're really the only one who can read them because it's the lists that also determine, it's the letters that also determine what part of the list they go on, you know. So, that's 100% on you. Yeah. Well then, I'm so glad I could explain everything to you in a timely manner because we are in a rush, 20 days. We don't got much time. So, you'll go to your office, and, yes, thank you. So, Penny here will escort you to your office. Yes, and I'm Pippi. If you need anything else, feel free to come to me. I'm always in this office. That's where I stay. So, okay. Okay. Hi friends, I'm so glad that you liked this video. If you liked it, I hope you did. This has been my elf roleplay. I based this off of The Santa Claus, the movie. So there are a little bit of references, a little bit of new things. I didn't want to completely steal everything. I hope you like those typewriter sounds too. It's an actual typewriter, so it's my old Hermes 2000. So, yeah. And so I want to go ahead and drop by and give you your hint for the next video. The next video hint is not too far away from Santa himself. And remember, you're beautiful, you're wonderful, and you are loved. Bye.